read, I can't remember who it was, but I read in the article somebody agreed to pay child support till they were 21.
Well, don't there are special circumstances I think where if the kid is in school, is that not that the parent can still be required to pay child support as long as the child is still going to school?
If they're going to school up to 26 or something like that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, up to age 26.
Now, that was the Obama passed that where you can claim your child on your insurance as long as they're in school up to that age. But
I
I
thought
don't know about child support though.
I thought as long as the child was in school, that even if they're higher learning, I thought that's what it was.
It's not a guarantee. The government can't make you pay for a child's education.
They can't. But I mean, nobody should have to make you do right by your kid anyway. The government should never have to make you do right by your child. That
Why
should be.
do you have child support then?
You know what? I said the government should make us. A lot of people just don't want to do right by their kids. The government has to make them. The government.
You say in one sentence, you know, everybody should want to do right by their child.
They should.
Everybody don't do right by their
But
child.
everybody don't, right? The government shouldn't have to tell you, put you on child support. That woman should automatically know, hey, or the man or woman should automatically say, I know my child support is coming this month on time. So no, the government shouldn't have to say I'm gonna garnish your wages or take your tax money because you don't know how to pay your bills. Pay your child support. That's all I'm saying. It's some
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's not as cut and dry.
Why not?
As you,
Why not?
because see, this is the thing. The same way some women hold the child over the man's head.
Oh Lord, here you go with that one.
The man holds child support over the woman's head.
Well, now that's probably true.
You can't say, you know, if a man's paying child support and he say, I want to see my son, I want to see my daughter, I want to see my kids. And you say, no, I need you to do this, do that, and then I might think about you coming to see the kids. That's not fair. But then if a man says, you know what, I'm not paying child support because I don't get to see my kids. All I want to do is just see my children. I want to spend time. I want to do right. See, the problem is not the love and support of the child. The problem is the hurt and the pain from the parents. I got a friend right now, granted, he's moved on and his ex has moved on at this point, but when they were at the heat of their problems, they were at the heat of their problems because he got married to another woman. It wasn't until she found a man and got married to him where he no longer had no problems with her.
But I think when people talk about money and then their children, I think one should never be dependent on the other. I don't think one should say, you should say, until you pay your child support, you can't see your kid. And I don't think the man should say, well, I'm paying you, I want to see my kid. One thing should never have to do with the other. You should want to be in your child's life.
In the greater scheme
right.
of what you want.
But we should never say that the woman should never use child support leverage and the man should never use that. If you want to visit with your children, visit with your kids. But I know women do it all the time and say, you ain't paying no child support. Why should I let you see the kids? That should never come out of a woman's mouth. If you want the man to be involved in your child's life, that should never come out of your mouth. And I don't like women who do that.
The level of involvement for that woman would dare say that, okay, he's a great father to the kids, but he's a horrible provider for his kids. Like, okay, yeah, he'll spend all the time in the world with the kids to make sure they're all right, but he doesn't take care of the responsibilities to make sure the kid has. And so a wife, that woman has to work 2 jobs around the clock while he doesn't pay child support. So in frustration, she says, why should I let you keep kids that you don't care for or take care of financially?
But is he not contributing by being able to watch the kids or have the kids in his care while she is working? Is he not contributing to helping raising the children?
When you look at your struggle and you look at you raising these kids, you trying to pay these bills, you out here working your fingers to the bone, you doing what you gotta do. You got girlfriends gonna tell you, girl, he should be doing more. Girl, he getting I take Charlie down there and he gonna give me what I want. You know what I mean? He gonna do what I say. And then they go back and say, hey, look, man, I ain't trying to be frustrated. I ain't trying to get on your nerves. I just need you to do a little more. to give you $30 a week. What else you want?
What is
I mean,
30?
come on now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take all the money.
Look, when a man said they paying $25 a week, for $40 a week, I'm like, you might as well keep that, cause that ain't benefiting me at all. You keep that. I don't ever want a grown person to say, oh, even when they say I'm paying $105 a week. So, what is that? That is nothing.
But think about this though. Think about it. If you're the woman, if she's living in an apartment and a man pays roughly, let's say $100 a week, that's $400. If she has an $800 rent amount, then he's paying half of the rent for the kids to live there. It's her responsibility to pay the other half.
There you go. Oh my God. You know what? If you're gonna pay me $400, I want my $400 at one time. Don't break mine down. Don't be breaking mine down to $100 a week, cause all that's gonna do is irritate me. So no, pay me my $100 in one lump sum, cause I can't take it. If I get $100, I'm gonna look at it like, what is this sorry $100 a week? That's just me. Pay me my money all at one time. I don't want it broken.
Open up a separate account and just put the $100 in there.
Dr. Fight, don't send me no. Do you know I can blow $100 in 5 minutes? Don't send me no $100. I can spend $400 in 15 minutes. So you sending me $100 a week? Yeah. Guess.
You spending $100 per transaction.
I pretty much do that. I pretty much do that. Do I not, Brianna? When I spend under $100, I'm happy with myself. I'm like, oh, I spent $100. Yeah. So if you sending me $100, then I'm looking like, what am I about for the kids this week? Well, I got to pay for the field trip, buy them some more lunch food. Well, that's all of that for the week. That's it.
Where is this guy working at though? See, all of these things are considered, and he gotta live too.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Then I wasn't gonna say I don't really give a crap how you living. All I want you to do is make sure you pay your child support. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of women gonna sit there like, look, I got this kid every day, 7 days a week, 24/7. I ain't really concerned about what you got going on over there.
Look,
but I'm gonna be real.
When you're afraid, you said to my daddy too.
Huh?
You did say it to my daddy.
What?
That you don't care how he live.
I did say that to I don't care how you live. It don't make me no difference. I want my money. That's what I said. You don't care nothing about what I'm going through. I said, no, I really don't. I really don't, because guess what? The situation that you put me in, I didn't do it. You did it. So therefore, you suffer the consequences. That's how I felt. Sure did. Don't be looking at me like that, Dr. Fight, like, ugh. I sure
I'm
told
not looking at you like, ugh. I'm just saying, every scenario is different, and that goes to prove the point. Every situation is different. Every financial situation, every child support situation, and when you begin to look at these situations, you can't make a definitive to say this is what has to happen. I mean, I know people who've been married for years and on top of years who don't share the same bank account. I know people who's been happily married, who the person has another child by somebody else, and they've learned to manage that and grown in it and have a great, successful relationship. It's how you manage your own situation, and sometimes the situations get worse, and if you look at the divorces that take place on a yearly basis, those that dare say that they're getting divorced because of finances, I would dare say that a lot of those couples were contingent upon the same operating account. That we don't have to argue about money and deal with money as if we both have our own.
This is what I tell women. I think women don't understand. I came, when I was younger, we had what we call the step situation. We had a step situation, which was disastrous. My mother remarried. My mother married, and then it was a disaster. So I just come from that place where when you bringing in other people to play in these parenting roles or whatever, that's when it becomes very sticky and it becomes unhealthy. So
Okay,
I'm one who believes. I'm saying yes, some step things can work, but a lot of them they don't.
Well, I'm not that situation. My family. So my grandmother, my mom's mom, had children by my grandfather, but he was married to another woman.
Okay.
That's a part of my family history. My grandmother was the extramarital, was whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
But when my grandfather's wife died, she took in my grandfather and his kids. She took them all in and took care of him. Now, she never married him while they were living. She never married my grandfather. Elsie, she never married, not one time. But she loved him to the day he died and took care of that man.
Well, you gotta think of people back then. They thought differently. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I have some people that I know, and they have a situation was similar like that in growing up, and I was just like, two people in the household together. One got kids. This having kids by this other person, and I'm like, ooh, ouch. So women back in the day, they did some things that I wouldn't do. That women, I just would not do. I just would not do. I'm gonna be honest.
And this may be a question for next week's show, but I have a homegirl who, about a week and a half ago now, asked me a question. I don't know if she's currently dating this gentleman, but she was dating a guy. And the reason why she left him or broke up or took a separation, I don't know the current status of their relationship. But the reason why she walked away from it right now was because she had a fundamental problem with him not working. So he comes from money. His dad has like some farm or something, some ranch, and he's like, so his dad pays all his bills. Like pays his rent, pays his, utilities. He drives a 7 Series BMW his dad bought him.
Okay.
So he has a college degree, but he doesn't have a job. He doesn't work. And he's a nice guy. It's not like he can't pay for stuff because his dad gives him an allowance or whatever. And he's 26 years old.
I was going to say, how old is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's 26 years old. I think she's like 25. She just graduated. She's in grad school right now.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm at a place where I just want my man to have a little more drive than that, than just sitting at the house playing PlayStation. But every time I want something or need something, he'll do it for me. Like, he's a great guy. He loves me, cares for me. And he even said that he want to be with me, like, and marry me. But I just can't be in a relationship where he just sits home. He has no drive to go to work because his parents does everything for him. And
my answer to that would be, she's got to be if she really wants to be with him, he's got to find that person that's going to inspire and motivate him.
Motivate him to do what?
Just inspire him to want to do something.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
But I'm saying and I know he really should push himself, force himself to do something. But here's the thing, and I know y'all gonna chew me up about this. I'm saying that he needs to have some drive. He needs to have that. But has she ever had that conversation with him about what does he see himself doing?
Playing PlayStation.
No. Does he have any goals for the future? I don't think they've had that conversation.
Playing PlayStation.
But maybe they haven't had that conversation.
Okay,
she told me.
Mama and Daddy do everything.
His dream is to one day take over the family business.
Oh, so what is he doing so that he'll be prepared to do that?
He went to college. He got a business administration degree.
Yeah, but you gotta have hands on. You gotta be in the day-to-day operations in order to run the business. So why is he not doing that?
So at some point, I guess he feels as though he's gonna go work with his dad.
Okay.
He's just not right now.
And she's only 25. So yeah, she might as well. She probably should have walked away. And then when he gets his stuff together. Maybe, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad at the young boy. I mean, he is immature. He's very immature.